Oh, folks, this is Anthony once again. Thank you for joining our channel today, Honda Snowblower enthusiasts. I hope you had a really nice Thanksgiving holiday. Do you have a problem with starting your Honda Snowblower and you suspect that it may be the spark? Let me show you how to diagnose this and repair it. All right, here's a 724 that won't start. Now, I'm going to go over really quickly the usual suspects. You've already made sure that the key's on, okay? And you turn the fuel on. I'm turning it off. And then you check the gas in your tank, and you got gas. And you've already determined, here's the drain on this carburetor. You can open up this drain and see if that you have, fuel going into your carburetor. So when I see this issue many times during the year, so I always check those things first. I always go with the simplest first. Now I want to check to see if there's spark. Now I put an inline spark tester on this machine, and I can turn the key on, and let me shut the light off. Can you see that? All right. I got the inline spark tester on, and I'm going to pull the engine over. You see the spark? So in this case, we have spark to the spark plug. Let me turn the light back on real quick. Now, I know many of these people don't have an inline spark tester. So what you do, I'm just assuming that most of you people are just homeowners. You can remove the plug. Come on. All right. You put the plug, place it in the boot. Let's see if I can do this with one hand. Click it in. All right, it's in there. So you put it up against the hole. You don't want to put it near the hole. You want to put it up against the head and turn the machine over. It's a lot easier if you have electric start. Let's see if we can do this. I got the key on. I'm not going to shut off the light again. Maybe we can see the spark. Can you see the spark? So you got spark. But let's assume we turned it over. No spark. All right, now what I would do is I would suspect it could be the spark plug. So I'm going to try another spark plug. Got a brand new spark plug here. Plug that in and turn the key on. Okay, I think you can see the spark. I don't want to turn the light off again, but there is a spark there. So in this case, you had a bad spark plug. Okay, so before you assume anything else, I don't want you to start jumping to conclusions that you got more serious problems, that it was indeed your spark plug. Now let's assume. All right, let me show you another scenario here. I turn it over. No spark. Got a brand new spark plug, and it's not sparking. All right, so what I'm going to do, over on this other side of the engine, you want to eliminate the possibility that it could be your on-off switch. So what do you want to do? You want to release your ground wire. Here's your ground wire. Make sure it's clean. If it's not clean, clean it up with some steel wool. Remove your ground wire on your switch. Now, what your on-off switch is, it's really not an on-off switch. It's really a kill switch. So the engine is always on, especially with the ground wire that's disconnected. And what this switch does is really kill the connection. So now the engine is always on because I removed the ground wire. Now let's see if it will spark now. And we're assuming that it wasn't sparking before. Okay, can you see that? It's sparking now. So your problem is in the switch. It could be the wires. You would check both ends of the wires. You would clean your terminal on your ground wire and clean the up here where the nut goes or the bolt goes. You clean your bolt. Check your connections on the switch side underneath. It could be a bad switch, or just connections might just be needing cleaning. So in this case, it was the switch. Now let's say you put the ground wire back on. You've already changed the plug. The first plug wasn't sparking. You put a brand new plug in there, and that's not sparking also. You remove the ground wire from your engine, and it still will not spark. Now, the next thing you would have to check would be the coil. Here's the same exact engine. This is your coil, and when you turn the engine over, it will produce an energy through the coil that will go through your spark plug wire and spark your plug. Now, I don't want you to jump to worst case scenario. This is kind of rare. Thousands and thousands of cases. I probably had to replace the coil maybe 5 times. But this is the worst case, that there's something wrong with the coil. Now, I'm not going to show you how to remove it and replace it in this video. That would be a future video. But what I'm trying to get across is when you have a no start issue and you've already gone through the keys on, the fuel's on, you got fuel in the tank, you tried some starting fluid, it wouldn't even try to start. You checked opened up your drain valve, and it's got fuel in there. You don't smell any gas, so it's not a flooding issue. The thing that I check next is the spark. It's pretty easy to check, as you can see. I took off the muffler to make it easier. You can just put it up against the head and turn the recoil starter or the electric starter and see if there's any spark. If there's no spark, then you change the plug and see if there's spark. If there's still no spark, then you release the ground wire on the on-off switch. So you go through a simple progression from the simplest possible reason to the next up. You see what I'm talking about? I always talk about this. 9 times out of 10, it's something simple, especially if it was running beforehand, starting okay beforehand. And sometimes all it needs is a new spark plug or the ground wire terminal to be cleaned. Now, there's a couple other reasons I won't go into. It could be a faulty spark plug wire, but I'll talk about that the next time when we do a video on replacing your coil. It's fairly simple, and there's a way to test your wire, take this boot off, and everything. So thanks for watching. If you suspect a no start problem because of a no spark issue, this is the way to go through the different steps to find out. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a great day.